Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have a Mexican inspired keto brunch for all of you. So if you guys are like me and you love yourself some Mexican food and you want keto or low carb, go ahead and stay tuned because I got some good treats for you. Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you're doing great. Like I said, today is going to be another cook with me, but this is going to be a brunch inspired meal. This is also a collab with my girl, the Britain Snow Effect. If you guys have not seen her or checked out her channel, you're gonna have to. When I decided that I wanted to go back keto, I started watching a lot of videos on YouTube again, and one of the first channels I came across was hers, and I felt like she gave us so many different options and inspirations, and I just love her personality. I love how real she is. I love that she's a straight boss lady. Like, she is out there, she's on the grind, she's doing everything for her, and she gives really good ideas on what to eat. She's very realistic, just real down to earth. My kind of girl. She's just super real, super down to earth, and I love her channel. I think she is super cool. So if you guys are interested, and you have to be interested, go check out my girl. As you're done with this video, go on over. I'm gonna link her channel and her video down below. You guys, you're gonna love her because she's all about being curvy and proud like a girl. But if you guys are from Britain's channel, hello, my name is Danielle, and I do a little bit of everything around here. I am newly back to the keto lifestyle. I do, workout videos, eating videos, cleaning videos, all types of videos, a little bit of everything around here. So if you guys like that type of thing, I would love for you to stick around and subscribe. It's a good place around here. We're all friends and we all get along, and we just sit here and we motivate each other because it's a crazy world out there and we need all the motivation. So to our menu. Our menu is looking bomb. So let me tell you what I got for you. I got a main dish, which is a chili relleno casserole. If you guys have ever heard of chili rellenos, they are traditionally just a poblano pepper or banana pepper, and they are stuffed with like cheese or some kind of meat, and then they are floured and fried in an egg batter. Since we're keto, we don't have the whole flour thing, so I went ahead and put a little twist on it, and I made a casserole out of it, and it is so good, so very good, and it's awesome for a brunch style meal. I've never really gone to brunch or did brunch before, but when Britain's like, let's do a brunch, and I was like, okay, well, let's try it. So I came up with that as the main course. Our side course, the side course is going to be a queso dip with chorizo sausage in it. It's really good, freaking so good. You can eat this as a side dish for any type of meal, but it looks really nice too, and it's really easy, and it makes it look like you put a lot more work into it. And then we have a coconut milk jello, which is going to be carb free, but it is going to have that coconut milk in, so there you're gonna get a couple carbs, but you're also gonna kick up your fat into that. And then I have a cocktail, because I think that's the whole point of brunching, is cocktails. So come on, let me show you what I got. You're gonna love it. It's really good. The cocktail was fire. Probably gonna have me another one, but we ain't judging right now because that's the whole point, right? All right, guys, let me show you what I came up with. The first thing I'm going to start preparing for our like brunch, or like early lunch brunch meal, is going to be our dessert. And what we're going to do is going to be a high fat form of jello. I got this recipe off of Healthy After 42. She does this all the time, and it is so good. So what I'm going to use is 2 packets of a sugar-free jello. I just got this one because it was the cheapest. And you're going to prepare it like it says on the box. So I believe it says 1 cup per box. I'm going to use 2 boxes, so 2 cups of water. You're going to bring it to a boil. What you're going to add to it is going to be coconut milk. So the coconut milk is what's going to make it a like high fat version, like a keto version of a dessert. You do have, so for this whole can is 5 carbs. That's in it, so it'll be 5 carbs in the whole serving of jello if you were to eat the whole entire 2 packets, which I've done, and it's delicious. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna start boiling the water. So once the water is boiled, you add your jello mix to it, set it off on the back burner, let it cool completely before you add it to whatever thing's gonna hold your jello. So let's go ahead and start this. So the water is to a boil. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the heat, and I'm gonna add both of my jello packets. I went ahead and I've only ever done strawberry jelly or jello with this. I'm sure you can use other flavors. So if you've ever had like the Mexican jello at like the supermarket where it has like the milky texture to it, it's so similar. And it tastes so good. And then plus, you know, you can go ahead and hit that sweet tooth, which is always a nice thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stir everything in here. It's probably gonna take around 20 minutes or so for your jello to actually cool down to like room temperature, because you don't want to put, let me actually get a different spoon. Biscuit, you don't want to put the coconut milk in with the like boiling water, because it will cook it down and it will like cook the milk and it'll get gross. So that's what you're gonna do. So I'm gonna whisk this, then I'm gonna set it on the back burner, and then we will get started on the rest of our main dishes. So these are the poblano peppers. Oops. This is what they look like. These ones are really small, so I think I have 8 of them. I would probably only do, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7, depending on how big they are, or how deep you want your casserole. But yeah, so these are pretty small. Obviously, it's inside my hand, it's pretty tiny. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna go ahead and line all of them up on my comal real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and start roasting those poblano peppers. I have something called the comal. It's like a long piece of cast iron. I always put like some foil on it. You could always find it in like the Mexican food aisles or the Hispanic food aisles, or you can probably order one off Amazon or something like that. I can probably find one and link it in my store down below. But I always put some foil on it because when the peppers warm up, they will stick. I roast all my stuff for like my salsas and stuff like that on here. So it's long enough so it's on both of my burners. I'm gonna put it on about 6, and you'll see the foil's gonna start warming up. If you have one of these, you will hear that they start kind of like roasting and popping, kind of like a popcorn. If you do not have one of these little gadgets, you can always throw them in your broiler. I set my broiler on low, and then I leave them for like maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and I, you know, pop it open and kind of take a look. And yeah, they smell really good when you cook them this way though, especially now that it's like fall and you know you can cook it. Like I never use my stove or my oven when it's hot outside because my hot just gets super hot. So once you have this going, it smells so yummy in here, and people are gonna walk in and be like, dang, where are you out there cooking? So anyways, I'm gonna let these brown. I'll show you what they look like when they're all ready. This is what we're going to do after that. Once they are all brown and looks like the skin is, you know, cooked up real good, we're gonna throw these in a plastic bag and tie them in a knot, and then let them sit for a few minutes, because once you do that, you're gonna be able to actually peel this top layer of skin off, because it has like a film on it, and it tastes gross. Like you don't want to eat that. So like I said, we're gonna go ahead and you can see right here it's starting to cook. So we want the whole thing to look like that. So they'll cook up for a few minutes, and then we'll see what's going on. We still got our jello over here, and that's still cooling. So we are moving along, ladies, moving along. So here is what they are looking like, all roasted and ready to come out. So they're gonna be, you want them to be like soft. You guys see? Rebecca, shh. So yeah, you want them to be like soft. So this one still needs a little bit more, but this one's good, this one's good, that one's good. See how like they're real mushy? So yeah, you gotta give it a little squeeze. Give it a squeeze test. So what I did over here is I took like 2 like shopping bags, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna drop your peppers on the inside and tie them up and let them steam, and then you just peel the skins off. So we still have maybe another 5 minutes or so. So I double bagged my plastic bags, and I'm going to just take my roasted peppers and I'm just going to drop them in here. Everything is in, let's see if you can see. So all the peppers are in here, and I'm just going to go ahead and tie these up and get all the air out. Alright, so they're in here super tight, and they're just going to steam themselves. So I'm going to go ahead, now that the jello is cooled, I mean you can always just stick your hand in there, but yeah, it's cooled. I just opened up my coconut milk, and I'm just going to go ahead and pour it in. Ooh, that's looking fancy. And then I'm just going to go ahead and whisk it all together. And then you can go ahead and put it in whatever you want. Since we're going to go ahead and be fancy and all, I'm going to go ahead and drop in a couple servings into wine glasses. So they'll be nice and look presentable for company. Usually I would just throw it in like a Pyrex dish because, I mean, we're just going to eat it. It doesn't need to be fancy for all of us. But since we're getting it for the video's sake, and you know, like, I think brunch is kind of fancy, even though I've never been to it. I feel like I need to be fancy for the video. Doing it for the video. Alright, I'm going to go ahead. Yes, my clock is broken on here. We fixed it, but whatever. It still works. I'm waiting for it just to die so my husband can just go ahead and just let me get a new stove. But if it works, he said we ain't getting a new one. Whatever. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this on 350. And we all good. While our oven is still heating up and our peppers are still in the bag, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to crack about 10 eggs into a bowl and whisk them. I just got a big old bowl. So we got 10 just regular eggs. Whatever eggs you guys want to use. I'm using the Costco ones. I'm going to go ahead and open up my bag here and see how these are looking real quick. It's been about 10 minutes. So people probably wonder why I do a double bag, because I'm going to throw my skin in this one. So, alright, so you see how I said that you'll just be able to peel the skin right off? Ooh, these are hot. You don't want the seeds or nothing, so. I'm gonna put a plate right next to me. See how they just, that skin just comes off. So all you're going to want is really just some slices of the pepper, just like that. This is probably the most tedious part of the whole meal, is doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep pulling all this skin off. Because you see how it just kind of falls off like that? We don't want that. So right here I just have like a Pyrex casserole dish, and I'm going to go ahead and spray it. And basically we're going to do it like kind of a lasagna thing, you know, like where it's in layers. So first layer is going to be our peppers. You guys might have a little seed left on them. It's all good. We ain't perfectionists around here. You can use a couple different, it doesn't have to be the poblano peppers. So if you don't find the poblano peppers, if you find some other peppers, you can use those as well. So that is the first layer of the poblano peppers. Next thing you're going to use is the Chihuahua cheese. I like this because it is 0 carbs, and I just bought a big brick of it and I just shredded it up with a cheese shredder. So the honey's gonna help me. So go ahead and put yourself a layer of cheese. Okay, I like it, I like it. I'm going to take another layer of the poblano peppers. I'm going to do another layer of Chihuahua cheese. And then if you just have any poblano peppers left, you can just top them on there. We have a few strips left, so we're just going to go ahead and use those up so they don't go to waste. a little bit more cheese just to cover up the peppers, and then we're going to top it with our egg mixture. Let's go ahead and pour it through. All right, so that is what it is going to look like. My oven is alerted me, it is already preheated, so we're going to go ahead and toss this in the oven. We are going to cook it for about 35 minutes. So I will see you guys on our next meal. Next is going to be the queso with the chihuahua, or the queso that's made with the chihuahua cheese and the chorizo, and we're going to do that in a cast iron skillet. So let's get this in the oven and we'll start on our next meal. Here is the next dish. This is like a queso, so it's going to be a melted cheese, and I'm actually going to throw chorizo in this. This is fresh chorizo from the market. You could always get the ones that are in like the grocery aisle. I like the fresh ones because they don't have any additives, and they're made like at the butcher shop, so they don't have any of the carbs. If you get the one from like Aldi or something like that, those kind of have a lot of carbs, so always be mindful of that. So I have a little cast iron skillet right here that's going to be heating up, and we're going to cook down the chorizo. And then once that's nice and cooked, we're going to go ahead and mix in probably about 2 cups of chihuahua cheese, and we're going to toss it in the oven at 350 until everything's fully melted and has a crust on it. But we'll be filming it as we go, so we can go ahead and we're going to let this heat up and get to cooking. The chorizo, you got to take it out of the casing, like I said before, and it does give off a grease. You can opt to go ahead and drain the grease. I prefer not to because I like the flavor it does have. So we're just going to break all this down. So how would you eat this? You can eat this with, I would do like a low carb tortilla, and you can throw that in the broiler or the air fryer and make tortilla chips with it. Pork rinds are always my favorite way to go because they're low carb and they give you that crunch. You can just eat it as like a topping on your meat or whatever you like. So we got tons of options, and this is going to look really nice when you serve it since it is going to be on this cast iron. And you could just serve it on like a little hot plate thing, and it'll look really sharp. Or you could always do this in your crock pot too, and it'll be really, really easy. So now that the chorizo's done, like I said, it does cook up pretty quickly. I'm just going to go ahead and take out some and put it in a little bowl because we're going to use it as like a garnish. And do just like what he's doing. So then we're going to take some chihuahua cheese, the same kind that we used for the other meal, and we're going to go ahead and toss it in there and then get a pretty deep size. I would probably I'm just eyeballing it. I like to fill it up to like probably halfway up the skillet, and then we'll mix all the chorizo in with it and everything. So we're going to add in a couple slices of jalapeno just to give it a little kick. If you guys don't like spicy, you don't have to do it. It's just optional. We have that like that. We're going to go ahead and toss it into the oven along with our casserole, and we're just going to watch it until everything is all melted. And there we go. So it is out of the oven, and you see it's still boiling, and this stuff is so dang good. We're just going to go ahead and sprinkle that extra chorizo that we went ahead and saved. And guys, this is all keto friendly. I mean, you cannot tell me that keto, you don't be eating good. Like, this is some good stuff, right, babe? Mm-hmm. The husband's happy. You know, if the husband's happy, it's all good. So there you go. So I just pulled the casserole out of the oven, and as you can see, I actually had to go for a little bit longer. I did about 45 minutes because it was rather deep. But you want your like top layer to have this really pretty like crust on it, and it smells so good. So I'm gonna let this cool, and then I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a cocktail as well, so you guys can go ahead and see, another low carb version, because I guess what is brunch without a little cocktail, right? Because I think it's socially acceptable to have a cocktail during brunch. I don't know. Let me know down below if I'm wrong. So here is our cocktail concoction. What is this called?
Paloma.
It's called a Paloma. which is like means bird, just so you guys know, Espanol. But anyways, so what do we got? Right here we have a plate of sea salt. We have a couple cut up limes. We have a glass, some ice, some tequila because it won't be a Mexican themed beverage without tequila. And then we have some Diet Sport right there. So go ahead and assemble here for our friends. He's just going to go ahead and put some lime around the rim of the glass. Ooh, fancy. And then here is the squirt. So you can make it however strong that you enjoy. I don't like a lot of tequila, so I like it to be pretty bland. And then there you go. So there is your low carb cocktail. Kind of the rule of thumb when drinking on keto, you want anything that's 80 proof or higher. That's going to be low carb. And then you also want your mixers to be, you know, Diet Pop or something like that. So there you go. That is our cocktail. And then to just go ahead and show you how our desserts come out. Just with these, with the coconut milk, it really thickens a lot quicker than regular jello. So you can probably get it ready within like an hour, hour and a half. So yeah, I went ahead and just put it in. I went ahead and just put it in this wine glass just to kind of make the presentation kind of fancy. And then right here is 2 servings of Cool Whip, so that's 2 carbs right there. So there you go, that is our tasty dessert. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video and you guys are going to go ahead and give the recipes a try. Not one of those meals or those options sucked. Everything was delicious. Everything was bomb. So it is definitely something that is staples in my home. We make it all the time. I make it for when company comes. I make it for family parties. It's just really good and it's really easy and it's super affordable. So if you guys go ahead and recreate any of these meals, I would love for you guys to let me know down below, or feel free to tag me on Instagram. If you guys do not follow me on Instagram, I'm going to go ahead and link my channel or my Instagram page right here. And I would love to have you guys hang out with me. I'm super active over there, so you'll always catch me doing something. But all right, do not forget to go check out my girl. Thank you so much, Britton, for hanging out with me, for doing this collab with me. I find you super motivational, and just keep doing your thing. I love that you are so real and true to yourself, and you're super motivational, and you're just out here hustling, because that's what I like to be. I want to be somebody who inspires women to be the best one they can be, and that's what I'm raising my girls to be. So keep doing you, girl, because I see you out here. I see you. But all right, guys, I will see you later. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye, guys.